Texas is going to take another L with this story. That is such a beautiful baby. And when y'all hear what happened to this baby, it's going to break your heart. So I have to forewarn you, the information that we're about to give you in this video is you're probably going to find my content controversial or offensive. This information is coming from multiple sources, but definitely coming from a news source called ibtimes.com. So thank you for the article. I'm also getting some information from news interviews as well as official police charges. This video commentary also contains my personal opinion about the facts of the story. The point is to use this as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing these tragedies. And if people would have been taking my words seriously over the past 4, almost 5 years, most of these stories could have been prevented. Most of these tragedies could have been prevented. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. Let's talk about yet another story out of Texas that could have been avoided. Let's talk about this freaking idiot right here. A 10-month-old boy in Saginaw, Texas died after being hospitalized with signs of physical abuse, including head injuries and bruises. The mother's boyfriend, mom's boyfriend, yet again. Let me back this up because I do not want to skip this picture. Guys, please look at the condition that this baby was left in. Suffering. That is absolutely heartbreaking. This baby did nothing ever and could never have done anything to deserve the treatment that he was given. The infant by the name of Amonte Harris, Amonte Harris, who again was, I don't know if they say his age on here, but it looks like he was about 2 years old, was on life support in Cook Children's Medical Center in Fort Worth for a week. He had both internal and external injuries, NBC DFW reported. The baby succumbed to his injuries on Friday, and they did put up a GoFundMe. We'll talk about the GoFundMe here in a moment. The suspect, who was identified as a beautiful little baby. The suspect identified as 22-year-old Denelson Alejandro Ook. I have never heard of a name like that. This freaking dude. Denilson, Denelson Alejandro, Alejandro, Ook, which is UK, like the UK. I just never seen a name like that. 22 years old, was charged with injury to a child's serious bodily injury, police said Monday. He is not the father of this child, mom's boyfriend. Again, police said that the infant's mother was very cooperative with the investigation and did not face any charges in connection with the incident. On October the 1st, the day began like any other and quickly unfolded to one of the worst days of my life, according to the mother on a GoFundMe page. We'll talk about the GoFundMe here in a moment. The infant's grandmother said that the family was devastated by the tragedy and demanded justice for the little boy. She said, this dude, Ook, appeared quiet and polite when she visited her daughter in August. The case is being investigated by the Saginaw Police and the Texas Rangers. The suspect is expected to face more charges pending the autopsy results. However, investigators did not reveal further details about the case, including when and how the child was injured. I can almost tell you that this child probably suffered blunt force trauma. This child was probably beat to death, and probably worse. We've seen too many stories just like this. You get these young dudes under the age of 30 years old. Yet again, I don't think men under the age of 30 years old should be fathers in general. Not all. They're not ready to be dads. According to Tarrant County criminal court records, Ook was arrested on an unrelated charge last month. He was charged with theft of property between $750 to $2,500 in connection to a September 18th incident. However, further details of the case were not available. So he stole something worth about that amount of money. So he's a thug. Mom's thug boyfriend. In a similar incident of child abuse, a 23-year-old man in Mobile County, Alabama, was arrested earlier this month for allegedly pouring boiling water down his 1-year-old daughter's throat. Let's not even go into that. We've already talked about that story. It's actually on my channel. But let me give you guys the fair usage. There was only one news video. Why this wasn't national news is beyond me. Let's go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. If you guys would do me a favor and please click that thumbs up. We want to have one thumb up for everybody who's watching. So please do us a favor and click that thumbs up, okay? Thank you.
Fox 4's Dion Anglin joins us now with the latest. Dion.
Heather, well, Saginaw police say the child's mother is cooperating with detectives and is not facing charges. It is a different story, however, as you mentioned, for the man she was dating.
10-month-old Kyson Harris died Friday, October 7th. It was 6 days after he was admitted to Cook Children's Hospital with severe head trauma and bruising. When doctors suspected abuse, Saginaw police officers were dispatched to the medical center. Investigators arrested 23-year-old Denelson Alejandro Ook as Kyson struggled for his life. He is Kyson's mother's boyfriend, now charged with injury to a child. Saginaw's police chief tells me with Kyson's death, an upgrade in that charge is pending the result of his autopsy. Investigators have not revealed any details about how Ook is believed to have injured 10-month-old Kyson. A police report mentions it occurred at a home here on Asbury Drive in Saginaw. On a virtual fundraiser, Kyson's mother writes, "On October 1st, the day began like any other and quickly unfolded to one of the worst days of my life. I spoke with Kyson's grandmother by phone, who just returned to her home in Kansas. Though she declined an interview at this time, she told me her family is devastated. She said she met Ook in August when she traveled here to Fort Worth for a visit. She says her daughter was excited about him. She recalls Ook seemed polite and nice. She wants justice for Kyson, whom she described as a baby boy who was healthy and very happy."
Now, police say that Ook has bonded out of jail on that injury to a child charge. If there is an upgrade in the charges, it is likely he would be rearrested.
And here's the thing that really shocked me. This is not national news. There was only one news video about this. Why this wasn't on multiple news outlets is beyond me. But the biological mother, let me see if I can go back just for a second. Y'all might have to pause it right there. Her name is Kalisha Harris. And she actually laid out a message on the GoFundMe, which you guys can look that up. Let me see if I can pull up the GoFundMe for you. Let me see. That is... I need to see the amount of the GoFundMe. Let me see if I can find that. Is it this one? Nope. I have the message of the GoFundMe. Why don't I have the GoFundMe, though? Oh, yeah, here it is. I do have it. Right here. So this is the biological mom that put up the GoFundMe. I don't know how much they were asking as far as the amount, but it shows that $3,225 was raised. I think that's a sensible amount. Said, "Help me lay my baby to rest." I'm kind of one of those people that believes in the way that you word things. I think you could say that maybe a little bit better. Maybe say please, I guess. But nonetheless, she put the GoFundMe of Kalisha Harris as organizer for the fundraiser on behalf of Elizabeth Cortez. She said, "Hi, my name is Kalisha Harris, and I am the mother to the most beautiful baby boy, Kyson Harris." So that is the mother. So I did get that right. So whoever Elizabeth Cortez is, I don't know. Maybe that's the person who covered the funeral expenses. Just a real sad story. And again, I think that as a cautionary tale to all of these mothers who listen, or if you are a caretaker or you know some young women out there, please continue to educate them and encourage them and show them these stories and tell them, here's why you don't need to, number one, why you don't need to date thugs or have children around men who are under the age of 30 years old, or make men who are fathers under the age of 30 years old. Take your time, do a background check, be patient, please. Do what's best by your babies, not what's best by your emotions. Thank you guys so much for listening to the story with an open mind and an open heart. And RIP to that beautiful baby. RIP.